Hi, I'm Leon Lovelace, and this is Unstoppable Force. I got a news story for you, and it's from The Guardian, and it's about the Justine Damond shooting. Alright, the chief of police in Minneapolis has resigned at the request of the city's mayor, Betsy Hodges, after Hodges said she had lost the confidence of the people. Jeannie Harteau had faced criticism for her handling of the shooting of unarmed Australian woman Justine Damond, as well as previous killings going back to 2013, including Philando Castile. Hodges' own media conference later on Friday evening quickly descended into chaos as protesters angrily called for the mayor to resign as well, saying they had been terrorized enough. The crowd, a coalition of community groups pushing for police reform, joined in her comments with chants of "Bye Bye Betsy." Echoing the catch cry used in calls for justice after the 2016 shooting death of Philando Castile, they shouted, "If Justine don't get it, shut it down." The initial round of protests were led by Jonathan Thompson, a friend and co-worker of Castile. Alright, I'll go down a little bit. Alright, the death of Damond, 40, who was fired at multiple times through the open window of a police patrol car, has outraged relatives and the public in both Australia and the U.S. Australian Prime Minister Malcolm Turnbull called it shocking and inexplicable. Alright, this news story, I want to talk about this because this isn't just about Justine Damond getting shot for just no goddamn good reason, and it's not just about the mayor just trying to give platitudes to the public and her constituents in the city of Minneapolis and the international community at large, especially in Australia, since Justine Damond was from Australia. But it's also about police brutality and Black Lives Matter, because Black Lives Matter has been protesting for the last year or two, maybe a little bit more. I can't quite remember, but this is some of the things that we've been talking about, and specifically some of the other independent media members have talked about. You've got to get rid of some of the illegal actions and the injustice that's going on with the weak and the vulnerable, because we have police brutality that's been going on against black people in this nation since before this nation was even a fucking nation. So the police brutalize and been murdering black men, especially black men, at a disproportionate rate, unjustly. And a lot of just society, especially you white people, let's be real, just say, "Oh, it's no big deal." So way too many black men are getting shot, and now, of course, every now and then you'll see some Hispanic men, they're getting shot by the police, and then it's been creeping up that now it's white people, especially white men that are mentally disabled, have mental illnesses, they're getting shot at a disproportionate rate. And and there's still not enough push to get reform, so the police are getting held accountable for their actions, making sure we're getting better police training, trying to have citizen overwatch or community overwatch of the police to make sure that they're actually serving the people and the people are in charge of the police, because the police are there to serve the people and not the other way around. We also need to have prosecutors from a different district, or federal prosecutors whenever there's a police shooting, to make sure that we can actually get so these unjust killings are actually being they're actually being prosecuted properly, and all these violent incidents are just being swept under the rug. There's probably a few other huge and massive police reforms we need, especially the de-escalation and just the dismantling of the drug wars, because that's all the arrests and the jail time that comes from that is just disproportionately throws black people into jail, when black and white people use legal drugs at the same rate. So we have all those issues we need to fix. And then now we have, now we have a white woman that, a lot of people would have said, she's not threatening, she's not, violent, she's not someone that we need to really keep an eye out on, making sure the police don't mistreat her. We have no concerns because, and then a lot of people will say, I think a lot of people will say that, yeah, she's an attractive white woman, so there's no problems with having to worry anything about that. But what do you know? Police get a call, and for whatever terrible reasons, they just go and shoot her. But going back to the main point is that black people said, hey, we need police reforms because we shouldn't be getting shot just because we're black. And now that problem has been creeping from just black people, and it goes to brown people, and now it's going to white people. So if you joined us and said, you know what, we're going to make sure we're going to stop this injustice from going on any further, because nobody else needs to get shot just because they're black, or just because they want to give the police the hard time, or just because they're going to run away from the police, so on or so forth. They're going to give them a call in the middle of the night because they're worried. People do not need to be shot over no good reason. So now, since someone that looks like you has been unjustly killed by the police, are you going to be with Black Lives Matter and talk about how we need police reforms so the police aren't killing us just because?